Hey, what's up guys? I want to do a video on this really old flashlight. This is like a 1970s era United States Navy flashlight. It's pretty cool, something different. I'm going to definitely do some new age flashlight reviews in the near future, some gear reviews, which I think you guys will like. Definitely some flashlights I've been using for a long time now that I like to review. But I want to kick off with showing some old school technology. This was a garage sale find. I paid $1 for this about 4 years ago. And it's a pretty cool little find. By the way, if you like something like this, you can find these things on eBay. You know, we're very privileged these days that we do have, you know, accessibility to things all around the world, you know, at the tip of our fingers. So the internet and places like eBay and other auction sites are just, it's a pretty nifty thing. You know, 20, 30 years ago, if you wanted something like this, you'd have to be very, very lucky to find someone who has one, you know. But even on eBay, you can find flashlights like this, or even older, you know, for 10, 20 bucks. They really don't go for that much. There's not a huge demand out there for vintage or antique flashlights. Now, if you go to places like candlepowerforums.com, which is the #1 place to go if you want to talk flashlights, guys who are flashaholics, all right, who just do flashlights. I mean, a lot of those guys like knives and guns too. But some people who just do flashlights, they're into it. They're into not only getting the newest technology, but also, you know, collecting old vintage technology to kind of show the comparison through the years. And it's a fascinating hobby within itself, is to look for old flashlights. So it's pretty cool to see how we've progressed over the years as people. But by the way, like any hobby, you know, you have people who are really into it, you know, and for you, you may not want to pay more than $20 for a flashlight. So if you see a flashlight review that's like 50 bucks or 100 bucks, you're going, oh my God, who pays $100 for flashlights? There's people on CPF who, you know, have $500 flashlights. They have a custom flashlight that's $1,000 or $1,200. And you're going like, oh my God, really, a flashlight? Well, people will say that about any hobby. Really? A knife? You're going to spend $100 on a knife? That's ridiculous. Yeah. Oh my God, $800 for a gun? You can get a gun for like 200 bucks. It's all relevant. You know, if you're into a hobby, it is what it is, you know? But anyway, these are very cheap. Like if you're interested in something like this, like I said, look on eBay. You'll find it for like 10 bucks or so. Very cool. It does have the USN embossing on the front there. Okay, and it has certification on the back here, which will come up real close and look at this, because these do have to be, you know, I guess tested, and you have to be sure that they are going to be able to be used in certain environments, let's say. Now let's read it. It says permissible electronic flashlight. Okay. And I have to kind of look off camera to read this. Approved for use in methane and air mixtures only. All right, and there's a seal on the front here that says Department of the Interior Bureau of Mines. So that's interesting. So I guess, you know, even back when they had to certified flashlights and be sure that, I suppose in dangerous environments like this flashlight may make a spark on the inside. So obviously it can't be used in you know, any kind of explosive type situations or anywhere where you might have flammable gas. So all that kind of stuff makes sense. It's pretty cool. It's pretty nifty. On the bottom it says the approval number, which is 615, issued to the Fulton MFG Corporation in Wauseon, Ohio. So pretty interesting. You don't see stuff like that on flashlights these days, but then again, I think things are, you know, if you have flashlights specific for areas like that, they're probably marked like that. Anyway, it's a pretty cool old flashlight. It's big, it's heavy, you know, it doesn't put off a whole lot of light, you know, but hey, you know, this was the good stuff back in the day, you know. I thought it'd be pretty cool, kind of talk about it a little bit. You can see you have a fold down lanyard loop, okay, or bail, if you will. And it's pretty cool, you know, you can obviously hook this onto, you know, your belt loop on your pants or something, or if you wanted to fish some quarters through here so you can carry it in different positions, but it is fold down, all right, if you're not using it. So look at the power source here. This thing is running on 2 big old D batteries, all right. These have some Duracells in here, but obviously they're not original to the flashlight. These are dated March 2009. These batteries were in the flashlight when I bought it. So that was not 4 years ago, it was about 3 years ago. So anyway, yes, now the inside here you can see we have copper. I don't know if you can make that out. There's a copper ring towards the tail end here. And if you look in the tail cap, kind of like mag lights today, we have our spring here. And the spring is removable. So we can get to the little insert on the bottom, which houses our spare bulb. And I've done videos on this before. If you look in your mag lights, they all have a spare bulb underneath the spring. Even your AA mag lights, they do still have it. You have to pop your spring up and you'll see like a little plastic container, which is pretty cool, and you pop it out. A lot of guys don't know that. But yeah, if you have mag lights, they all have them. So this houses our spare bulb. Okay, now this bulb is still a common size, so you can still get these today, even though this is from the 70s or so. But pretty interesting. It's always nice to have a spare because these are not LEDs, okay, light emitting diodes. They are bulbs, they will break, they are fragile, so it's good to know you have a spare if you need it. So that pops down in there. Oh, if I get it straight. Light bulb, there we go. So put that back in. And then put our spring back in. Kind of give that a little twist so it kind of stays in place. And then put our batteries back in. I'll show you the operation, but before that I want to take the front off and show you the business end and show you how that works, which is pretty cool. Alright, so here's our lens cap. Alright, we have genuine glass lens, which, you know, these days you pay a premium for flashlights with real glass, but thick too. Looks like an old eyeglass, you know. Alright, we have our reflector. This whole unit pops right out, it's one piece. You can see on the inside there our copper piece. And the copper that's on the underside of our switch, okay, it might be a little hard to see that, but that's basically our switch. So when we move this up and down and push the button, which I'll talk about in a second, that's what gives us our full contact. And when you complete the circuit, obviously the flashlight will turn on, okay, and you'll have light. This is pretty interesting. We have our reflector, which is metal. Again, sometimes you'll see plastic like in mag lights and so forth, but good old metal. You know, everything is metal. But this is on like a little spring system here, okay? And the spring on the front is basically keeping pressure on that bulb to keep the bulb straight, all right? Now to take the bulb out, you have to push down on here and hold it. There's knurling on this metal piece, this brass piece underneath, all right? So you have to unscrew that. And that ring will come out, and then you have access to the bulb itself. It's kind of a pain in the butt to do this, but it's all very secure. So there's your bulb, and by the way, I had put in a, because the original broke, and I didn't want to use the spare, so I put in a mag light bulb, and it works just fine for this. All right, so pop that bulb back in. Just want to kind of seat that. There we go. And then put this piece back in, this ring. And you have to kind of push this black piece down all the way while you're doing this. And once you get thread started, it's easy. And then screw that all the way down. And that's it. Alright, so this whole head goes back in. Lens goes back on. I'm going to show you how this flashlight operates. Alright, so a lot of the older flashlights in the 70s were this type style flashlight. It's a very simple design. Basically, you have this, the button pushes in, that basically just releases the switch, okay? So it's in a locked position, so if you bump it, it's not gonna turn on, all right? This won't move. You have to depress the button and then push forward. If you push all the way forward, nothing happens because you put it back together right. Pop this off and see what the deal is here. Let's see, batteries in right. The only thing about old flashlights is they could be a little finicky. There we go. Okay. So yes, that's how you're constant on. You push the button in, push the lever or switch all the way forward. Okay, then we have our constant on, and it looks pretty, you know, nice and bright in this light. And you know, it's being run by 2 D cells. It's a decent sized battery, but it's not, you know, it's not the brightest thing. Compare this to a modern flashlight, and it's like it's really nothing. What's cool is you can also put this in the halfway position, and then you have, it's off. But by pushing the button down, you have your momentary on. Okay, so if you want to just use it like that, you can also do that. So it's pretty cool. So anyway, I just want to show you this flashlight. That was pretty neat. Kind of a blast from the past. And I thought you guys would be interested in it. So anyway, thanks for watching. Appreciate it as always. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.